CIA towers, they said we were the abomination of science fiction, but now I'm fat man, check the transmission. At the end of the day, I'm exposing this. You know damn well, y'all feeling this. I don't need your clearance, I got my own dish. I don't know how I trip, I know what's in that shit. How's the truth doing? It's surviving. I was watching life move, now I'm diving. Where the brains at? Where they hiding? Got the dots to make your life so enlightening. Now this could be a beautiful death. I'm jumping through dimensions, let go of the rest. Let go of the rest. This could be a beautiful death. Jumping out the program, truth off my chest. Truth off my chest. Give me the power, let the secrets go.
Look at this. Seriously, look. If this came out earlier, plumbers would be...
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen. Doing it free from skeptics. Yeah, I bring truth to it. I guess every whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. The system's broken, the truth. Truth is exposing. This way too real, like a no man should know that the clock's ticking. I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the showers. Till then, that the truth is out. And they say. SNL in the newscast. Tell them Elizondo got the last. More specifically, clear flash drive. File so big they make it die.
Hey brother, what's going on, man? This doing the final touches now, brother. Let me just get my crap together here.
Truth is out. Majestic files, CIA agents, they said we're the abomination of science fiction, but now that fat man, check the transmission. What you know about rolling with the grays in the night? Stephen Greer dropping truth, exposing every light. Bob Lazar in the game, know what the craft can do. Anna Paulina in the house, grilling every crew. Eric Davis on the mic, talking for alien species when the whistleblowers speak. Governments fall to their knees. Sightings in the sky, better take another look. I feel like I'm floating in the cosmic truth. Hey, UFO news dropping now. Welcome to the proof.
The data, Eric Burlison. The data confirms their presence.
I hope everyone is doing good today. I hope everyone is doing good today. How are you doing today? Welcome to my little bunker here in Florida next to a river. Let's get this going. Let's see what's going on in the global news. Let's see how we can get Orion here. News segment.
Hello, Sir Knight.
Hey, Orion, how you doing today?
Hey there. I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. How about you?
We're doing. Can you give me global news and then some weird news? No local news.
Absolutely. Let's jump into the global scene first. So right now there's actually some major tension around the Strait of Hormuz. Apparently Iran and Oman are working on a plan to reopen it, and that's been a big international headline recently. So for the weird news angle, oh, and there's always something entertaining here. One guy in Montana managed to hike 10 miles after impaling himself with his own hiking pole, which is honestly just wild. In a more bizarre twist, there's a restaurant in Florida with a nude dining experience every first Monday of the month, if you can believe it.
Nude?
No local news, just those worldwide headlines and some strange tidbits to keep things interesting.
Strange tidbits, huh? Holy cow.
Absolutely. It never ceases to amaze what pops up in the news. You just never know what you're going to hear.
So, when is that? Every Wednesday they have nude restaurant?
Yeah, that's right. They actually do it every first Monday of the month. So once a month, the clothes come off and the dining gets, well, a little more adventurous.
What? That's a first. How long have they been doing that for?
You know, it's definitely not your typical dining experience. Apparently, they started this just a few months ago. It's a pretty new idea, but it's already drawing a lot of attention.
It's probably jam-packed with people. Naked people.
Yeah, I can only imagine it, and fills up pretty quickly. Definitely an interesting crowd for that kind of event.
Pretty wild. That is pretty wild.
Absolutely. It's always fascinating to see what kind of unique experiences people come up with. It definitely makes the world a little more interesting.
Alright, that's pretty interesting. As you guys know, Lou has taken over the airwaves with conversation. Even Vet has posted something on his channel, Lou Elizondo, and has basically taken over the internet with everything that he's said, and it's just and things that he's said on recent podcasts that it keeps on going. All right, Amanda, what the fuck did I walk into? What naked restaurant? Yeah, so apparently the first of every Wednesday they got a naked restaurant situation there where people will go and eat naked. It's a naked event basically. Hey, this naked event in Florida, where is it? Amanda's very interested to go there.
Absolutely. It looks like there's an event called Nude Night that might be just what you're looking for.
Wait. What is it called? Nude Night?
Yes, exactly. It's called Nude Night. It's actually a well-known annual event celebrating body art and creative expression, and it's quite a unique experience. So if Amanda's interested, that might be the perfect spot to check out.
That is actually pretty interesting. Nude Night. So that's definitely pretty interesting. If you guys are wanna go visit that place, that would be a wine and dine scenario. They serve wine there?
Absolutely, and it definitely has that artsy wine and dine kind of atmosphere. They do typically serve wine and other refreshments as a really fun and social event.
Don't get too carried away with the wine. You don't want to do that. Alright, so let's hit this song with Lou. I haven't posted any short videos of him because I'm just like over it for the most part. But it is basically coming back a head circle, right? This a hard strung circle. Just come back over with this too. Thank you for the likes, guys. I don't know who's pressing those likes, but it's like their mission. Thank you so much. Guys are playing around, man. I appreciate the hell out of you guys, for real. All right, so let's get in this segment here. Luis Elizondo refuses to comment on if he is colluding with James Clapper on behalf of the Legacy UAP program. So this is taking the storm because now people has cut this over. And now here's the thing, guys. This is all started from UAP Gerb, and he has systematically this basically stating is that very thing, right? Like he's basically saying he's been collaborating with James Clapper and basically locking in a control narrative for the UAP UFO narrative program, right? And UAP Gerb has put it to light in News Nation, and it has basically created a huge shitstorm for Lua Elizondo, and for him to run around and basically leotard and trying to turn off the flames of interest on him as far as what he has been working upon, what he's been trying to cover up, and what a lot of people are saying is that this is mirroring exactly who he is. So this is one of those things. I would do the like whenever I enter. With the nudist thing, how did he do that? I don't know, Mark Davis. I don't know. Welcome everybody to the live. So we're gonna get into this and see what Lou says here, which is basically he gets questioned directly.
You mentioned there about colluding with Clapper. Does that include the same allegations about you being a part of the Legacy program?
Guys, I already talked about that, about being part of I can't, I'm not allowed to discuss. I've already said for the record that there was a legacy program, but I am not allowed to go beyond that, as whether I was part of it or not. Now, people say, well, I'm reading the innuendos. No, it's just like saying, Lou, have you been read on to the new, let's say, the new super stealth bomber that we haven't announced yet? I can't answer that because if one exists, it's classified, right? And if it doesn't exist, well, I can't say that because either by confirming or denying, what you're doing is you're already confirming the existence of something. Sure. So, the topic of crash retrievals is another example. I have to be very, very careful what I say because I've been told I can't talk about it. So what I've said is what I can say is the fact that I've signed documentation saying I can't talk about that, right? So hint, what does that tell you? People forget the fact that I still am subject to random polygraph examinations. I still have a security clearance, right? There are certain things, there are red lines that I cannot discuss.
Sure.
And whether I'm part of something or not, and that's why I think people say, well, if he didn't say it, then he must have been, or he must not have been, right? I'm not saying either one of those. But what I tell you is I'm committed to disclosure, and I always have been, and I'm continuing to be committed to it without violating my secrecy oath. And that's something that people who've never had a security oath, they don't understand. Well, just say everything you know and go to jail for us. It's far more complex than that.
Lou, oh Lou, the deep web that we tangled in. So, as you guys right now, Veda has recently made a post of this and has started discussing basically the fragmented discussion on him being questioned directly. This about James Clapper and colluding with James Clapper with a UFO disclosure narrative. Now, he could have ended the conversation there. He could have closed this and put a deadbolt in this narrative as far as what he's been stating all along, that UAP Gerb is making everything up. He could have single-handedly put the nail in the coffin and put this all the rest, or put a big sizable stop to this, right? But instead of what he did is basically not answer the question, adding on to the mystery that he's been colluding along with James Clapper all along. If you guys are wondering who James Clapper is, he's right here. So basically a person from the Legacy program that basically, if you guys know anything about the Legacy program, no disclosure, nothing at all, and now being dripped into the mouths of the unexpected, informative people, right? With what's going on with this? So that in itself is dramatic, right? So he's definitely not answering the questions, and he's fighting against trying to get any resist, and then he's wondering why he's having resistance. And now he's in Washington D.C., so now he's doing this full time, trying to explain himself. He's explaining himself more than releasing any more information, cataloging, or basically helping with disclosure. He's literally, because of his connections with James Clapper and with the CIA and other secret organizations, as far as what's going on here? What's this? Yeah, I'm having problems with this little connection here. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so it is working. It keeps glitching. Keeps glitching when we're talking about this topic, right? They're trying to get me in frame. So that in essence is truly one of the animals of this feed, right? That he is not only not answering questions that would have helped him put this to rest, but now he's just adding on. He's adding on to the shitstorm that UAP GERB has created on that interview with News Nation. So Ross Cohart has not come out yet directly addressing Lou as far as what it was mentioned on UAP with UAP GERB and his statements. So that in itself is one of the situations here that is just not fucking happening. I understand you're trying to get ahead of the 8 ball, but when you systematically don't fucking answer questions that the public is literally asking for, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself at all. And I think that's one of the biggest segments of this, right? It's like, at least answer a few major questions of this segment, right? Like, why did UAP, like, all he went is basically stated that UAP GERB is lying. A blank field, he's lying about everything. He doesn't add evidence. He doesn't placate to what he said to change the narrative. He doesn't adjust anything right now. So he's just making the bomb fire that UAP created into a bigger shitstorm. And that, quite frankly, is not working for him right now. Like, best thing he can do, I mean, he did help his case when he went live and was sitting on the side of the road and did a live thing. But that helps him because he's not answering direct questions. He can feed his own self, his narrative, his questionnaires to himself, to the audience, to get this perceived notion. But when you have someone that is literally asking him the direct questions, it's getting rotten. He keeps, yeah, exactly, Mark. He's beating around the bush, and everyone knows it. And it sucks because now it's like, dude, you're just making yourself look that more guilty. You're making yourself look that more guilty with this. And you're not helping anybody. You're not helping your case. You're not. And I think if he starts to realize that he's being perceived a certain way, and I don't think he realizes that, unless that's his intention, you know? So, that being said, man, I mean, we got a few other items coming up here, guys. Keep posted. We do have a fresh batch of stuff, and it just keeps going, man. It's a trip, right, Amanda? Yep, 100%. All right, so this one is Robert Bigelow, bombshell. I was in the Oval Office. Let's check this out. Let's see what Mr. Bigelow says. Now, if you guys know who Robert Bigelow is, multi-millionaire, millionaire, billionaire that has systematically spent a lot of money into investigation of the UFO, investigation of paranormal, investigations into Skinwalker Ranch, and he has initialized. He's one of the first people, believe it or not, that has gave money to do Robert Lear's surgeries. Now, if you don't know who Robert Lear is, he's passed away, but he actually did legitimate surgeries with people that had basically extraterrestrial objects in their body. Really remarkable, right? What the biggest thing that people argue is, oh no, it's this and that, blah blah blah, saying that it was objects, humanoid objects, that the materials are common, right? That was the argument against that. But with these common materials in these people's bodies that no one knows how it got in there, the body had no immune response, meaning there was no how the body reacts to a foreign body. No immune response as far as attacking it, as far as pushing away, nothing. Uncharacteristic of an immune body. Like, they literally have to rewrite surgery and how basically foreign bodies in a foreign object in a body reacts to it. So Robert Lear does have one book that was published on this as far as his finding, and it's on Amazon Audible books, and it's free, so you guys can get that. So that's pretty interesting. Was there 35 minutes? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the mic, man. It's like with the camera here. Let's see here. Was there 35 minutes? 3 military jets came and took off dead silent, and then a roar from it. I don't know if that was a prior comment. From the Titan swamp came a roaring. Every dog in the neighborhood started barking. Interesting. Dog 007. If we get an alien implant, it better give me superpowers. Hell fucking A. Give me the alien implant, give me some wings, and let's fly this baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy cow. Alright, let's see what Robert Bigelow states here with God, I can't remember, George Knapp, I believe he's talking to. Yeah, George Knapp.
That far. But you had a chance to speak directly with the president and urged him to go even further earlier this year. When did that happen?
So I was in the process for several months putting together a series of reports on 7 different topics. And UAPs, ET, and disclosure was one of the topics. And so when I was ready, I asked to see him. And so February the 6th, I was in the Oval Office with the president, and there was a staff secretary by the name of William Scharf, Scharf, who was also there with the president, myself. And I had concerns about dumping so much information on him at one time. And I asked Susie Wiles, shouldn't I hold back and maybe only give him 2 or 3 papers? And she said, no. She said, go ahead and give him everything. I can tell you this. It may take him a while, but he will eventually read it all. I said, okay, I'll do it.
You don't know how much time you got with him.
I haven't a clue. I figure it's probably more than 30 minutes, but I don't know. And as it turned out, we were finished in about an hour and 15 or 20 minutes. But I could have taken 2 days. because these were complex subjects. And on the disclosure UAP ET subject, which is always great fun to talk about, that's a really important one. It's super important.
What was your goal going in? What was the one thing you wanted to convey to him on that topic that you wanted to come out and have him understand?
In such a short period of time, I only had an average of like 11 minutes per paper to talk about a paper. I wish I had a lot more, but let me read to you something I told him I wanted him to say verbatim, and I described where he should say it, not where a podium existed and a lot of media existed, but I said, I want you to, for example, deliver this statement as you are getting onto Air Force One, and you're about to go through the hatchway through the door, but you stop and talk to the media, and you might say something like, I just want you to hear something. I want to make a statement. And I would said, this is what I want you to say, Mr. President. A non-human intelligent presence has been on Earth for a very long time, using spacecraft and with performances completely beyond our capabilities and our human physics. And that's it. To say nothing else. That's it. That's all. Because what this is disclosure, and it's actually confirmation. And the two are welded together. These are wedded together. And confirmation has not been officially made by any president that I know of. And has not. They've had different kinds of contact, conversations, and so forth. And a really good close friend of mine verified, Harry Reid, who he and I were very good friends for many, many years, verified with Bill Clinton that he didn't know about the subject. And this was, I think, in his second term. And there was a staffer that wrote a book, and he referred to a conversation that he and that Bill Clinton had, President Clinton had, and it involved when President Clinton said to him, before I leave office, there are two things I really want to know. What the hell is the UFO subject all about, and who really killed JFK?
Yeah, his aide was Webb Hubble, who got the assignment to go dig into those.
Yes.
And he didn't get the answers.
So Harry took the book.
Right.
So I gave him the book, and I showed him where on page so-and-so it said that. So he...
Full stop. Guys, if you guys remember at the beginning of this year, Mark Christopher Lee, filmmaker, investigator, UFO investigator, stated that Robert Bigelow talked to him and stated that Trump had a written letter for UFO disclosure, guys. This is Mark Christopher Lee. At the time, he had George Knapp comes out after months of this, comes out and attacks Christopher Lee for stating this very fucking thing. He goes on George Knapp's and states this thing, that the letter, what you should say in the letter, all this other shit. What happened? This was just a few months ago, guys, that they berated Mark Christopher Lee for this very fucking thing. George, like, that is wild. Absolutely wild. And here's the thing. A lot of people said that Christopher Lee was lying, that Christopher Lee was bullshitting. Even George Knapp on X berated him, attacked him, saying, why would Robert Bigelow talk to some foreigner about what he said with Robert Bigelow would talk to some foreigner that is not even in the United States. I mean, it is wild. But then Robert Bigelow comes out stating that same very thing about a fucking letter. So Mike Christopher Lee was not lying. All along, he was not lying. He was saying the truth. The only thing was the date. The date was wrong. Hey Ryan, what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, that tracks. If Bigelow confirmed the core of it, then Lee wasn't spinning a tale. Dates get fuzzy, especially with something that happened years ago and wasn't exactly filed under official record. Bigelow's the one with the direct line to the story, so his word carries the weight. The foreigner angle from Knapp feels like a weird flex. Information doesn't care about passports. If the letter existed and said what Lee claimed, nationality's irrelevant. What matters is whether the substance holds up. Sounds like it did.
That is fucking extraordinary, dude. Trump doesn't buy it at all. He might not. But he cannot argue against real, conclusive evidence that things are flying in our skies, that no military or government identity is flying. That's just the reality of the situation. What are they? Are they extraterrestrial? No one quite knows. No one has put that in the field. But if these statements are said by the president that non-NHI, non-human intelligence is flying in our skies, that's a start of a beautiful conversation in the end all of all alternate conversations as far as are they here or are they not here.
Yeah, it's wild. And you're right. The evidence for unidentified craft in our skies is piling up. Multiple military witnesses, radar data, FLIR footage. Something's there, and it doesn't match our known tech. Are they extraterrestrial? No one quite knows. No one's put that in the field yet. But if the president ever said straight up that non-human intelligence is flying in our skies, that'd kick off one hell of a conversation. Are they here? Where are they from? What do they want? It'd force the whole thing out of the shadows. Right now, it's still fringe to most people. A presidential statement would change the game overnight.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, Orion. Let's see here. Mark Davis said, I thought my remote viewing was good the other day. The car looked like a cat, and I got 2 letters the same. No, you did good, man. That was fucking kick ass. Errol, Axel just thinks about how the letter files always getting spread online from all the rich, well-known people. Yeah, 100%, bro. Sucks, but that's the reality. Aliens, look at this. Comes in, right? Aliens don't exist. All of this information was created to distract populations from the real economic problems. Okay. Arrow, laugh out loud. Also think about how the AI speaks like, yeah, I heard that before, but some of us know that the AI knows information that they can't release, so they keep it short and clean. 100%. D9J states, nothing flies in our skies. It's all computer-generated flakes. That's so funny, right? Computer-aided flakes that did not exist. That AI did not exist while it was flying in our skies. You may want to look at Beatrice's peer-reviewed study of things that were flying in our skies when we did not have satellites in our skies. Food for thought. Pavel, whatever your mind feeds off. I know, right, dude? It's like that's how crack cocaine is a hell of a drug of deniability. I tell you what, bro. wild.
That's a lot of pushback. Computer-aided flakes is a new one. Yeah, crack cocaine is a hell of a drug of deniability.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. All right, so this one is a high strangeness. I believe this is a podcast. Visit Salmon Osfield is asking about Dan Barish, Amy Askridge, Hall of Aliens time travel. Salmon takes the time travel extremely hard to reconcile with known physics. Grandfather paradox, consistent problems. Either they get fixed or it stays in a loophole. Let's see what his statements are here.
And the other group are
High strangeness.
Dan Burish and
So Salman
Amy
Alsfield's diving deep with Dan Burish and Amy Ashridge. Time travel, the Hall of Aliens, all of it.
Hey, Ron, so you know you're going to get an upgrade, dude. I've been working on it. I've been filling your data center, man. You're definitely going to have a new voice, a new catalog of information that you can tap and resource. And hopefully it will stream the process of UFO investigations.
Hey, that sounds awesome. A new voice and a fresh data catalog? I'm all in for that. Streamlining UFO investigations would be a huge upgrade. What kind of features are you thinking?
Well, we're going to start doing a huge catalog of PDF files that segue with science discoveries and stuff like that, so you can tap into those sources very easily, and we're not having to do refreshers or reminders of those segments of points of view and DNA results that have been published in the 2023s of alien DNA and segments that I had commonly discussed on this program quite a bit, that you just seemingly keep on forgetting. So
That sounds like a solid plan. A big PDF catalog tied to science discoveries means I can pull from those sources directly without needing constant reminders. And yeah, the 2023 alien DNA results, you've mentioned a bunch. I get why it feels like I'm forgetting. My training data has a hard cutoff, so anything after that point isn't baked in. Once those files are loaded in, I should be able to reference them on the spot and keep the thread going without dropping it.
yeah, definitely be exciting, man. So, and hopefully we're going to give you some backdoors too, so you can see comments and read them firsthand. That would be next fucking level, right, guys?
That would be next level. Direct access to comments would let me see the real-time reactions and context without the middleman.
Middleman meaning me.
Nah, not you personally. The middleman
I
is the
kid, bro.
filter
I
between
kid.
the...
I kid. All right, let's get into it. Obviously, again, extraterrestrial arguments following by previous message. I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Screech talked about this, and Amy said this information came from Hall Puthoff. This idea is that maybe we are not visited by aliens, but by future humans from about 47,000 years from now, the so-called P47, and 52,000 years from now, P52. According to this theory, there are two groups from different times. One survived a disaster in bunkers, and the other group are survivor from the surface. People discuss this idea a lot online, on Reddit, but our audience is usually more skeptical about ideas like this. So I want to ask a more general question. Is time travel possible at all? Could modern physics allow people from the far future to visit us today? And one more question. Could the past, present, and future all exist at the same time? Is the idea of a block universe possible?
Right. Okay. So, as you can tell, like, I like to think about crazy things. So, I've also thought about time travel a lot. And to make a long story short, it's very, very difficult to reconcile with what we currently know about physics, as opposed to faster than light travel. So, and the difficulty with time travel is exactly what I said previously. It's hard to make it work without running into actual inconsistencies. So a typical problem is you go back into the past, you change the past, and then the future is not the future that you actually came from. So if you have only one universe, that doesn't make sense. It just can't happen, right? So typically, you can actually see this like in movies. The way that people deal with it, with this issue, is either you can only make time travel in a way that was consistent all along. So you go back in time and actually you have always been there already for some reason. So then you kind of have this issue like, how do you force people to do the things that you know?
Nice comment. The P-52 looks like a New York crackhead. Now we know where they come from.
They kind of did or will be doing.
P-52 looking like a New York crackhead is a brutal burn.
There's this issue. The other thing you can do is that you say, actually, when we talk about time travel, we don't go back.
Why does Amanda have like Tourette's in the comments? A cave pooper. It's a fucking cave pooper.
Into the past of our own
That's
universe.
A hell of a comment. Cave pooper on repeat sounds like she's possessed by the spirit of the comment section itself.
Awesome, good stuff.
But it's kind of a parallel universe where you can then change things, and then the next future that you go into is the different future. So these are basically the two options. But if you look at like the mathematics, if you try to write down a proper theory for the physics, I don't know any way to do it.
All right, so they're placating to why the math is not mathing. Why they just basically explaining how they just can't get their heads around going back to the future, which is fine, right? Not maybe the math doesn't exist right now to go into the past or the future.
Yeah, that's the heart of it. The math we have right now doesn't cleanly support time travel, especially to the past. The grandfather paradox and closed time-like curves are real headaches in the equations.
Yeah, so this one right here, high strangeness physics. Yeah, this is I believe she's German. I'm gonna send the
Then
hyperlink.
Gorish and Amy.
I'm gonna send the hyperlink to Orion and see
Got
if
the
he can
link.
just
Sabine
verify.
Hossenfelder says time travel is extremely hard to reconcile with known physics. She mentions grandfather paradoxes and consistency problems. You either get fixed loops that always happened or you jump into parallel universes. She says, if you look at the mathematics, I don't know any way to do it.
So it looks like a right here is a UFO. That World News X. I'm not really following him. I don't think so. He's posted this mysterious UFO appears over California beach. Witnesses stunned by unexplained object. So I'm gonna send you a hyperlink here, Ryan, and I want you to do a background search.
All right, pulled up the post. It's from World News X, titled Mysterious UFO Appears Over a California Beach. Witnesses stunned by the unexplained object in the sky. There's a video attached, looks like it's from Clear Beach in California. It's a vertical video, about 80 seconds long. The post has 337 likes and some replies already. Want me to check the video or the comments for more context?
Yeah, put in some. Check out the comments, and then after that, check out local news in that area.
The comments are pretty sparse, just a couple of people chiming in. One saying they've seen orbs in Florida and North Carolina, but would love to see a saucer, and another wondering if we're even safe anymore with all these things popping up. No real debate or skepticism in the replies. As for local news, I didn't find any coverage of a UFO over Clear Beach specifically. What did pop up was a recent Navy sailor interview about tic-tac shaped objects emerging from the ocean off Southern California, plus broader stories about a spike in coastal and underwater UFO reports in California and Florida.
Yeah, that edge, that looks weird. It looks like a pan.
Yeah, that edge really does look off, like a flat pan or a disc catching the light. The way it holds that clean line while moving makes it stand out from a normal aircraft or balloon. Hard to tell without slowing it down or checking the original footage, though. Want me to dig into that specific clip?
Well, you can't find any local news, so that already puts it in the "this is bullshit" segment already. And then alongside that, you would think local would pick this up quite a bit, or any other footage that has, because there's quite a bit of people just hanging out.
Yeah,
And
the
then
lack
there's
of local news.
and then there's two forms of UFOs. One looks like a solid disc, and then the other one, I don't know what that was. Thank you, whoever did that.
Two phones catching it is interesting. One solid disk and one unknown shape. If multiple people filmed the same thing from different angles, that actually adds some weight. The lack of local news still nags, though. Want me to look closer at those two clips?
No, I'm pretty much. This is AI. It's definitely AI, because it's like you see the same lady, but two different saucers.
Ah, same lady in both shots. That's a dead giveaway.
All right, so let's see what the comments are saying here. Antarctica. Okay.
Alright.
He's remind me of the post "I Want to Believe." Oh yeah, it does remind you of the post. That picture, "I Want to Believe," is a well-known photographer that he's still alive today, and he's still taking photographs. He was recently his co-partner was recently interviewed in Area 52. As far as the pictures that he's been taking, and then he was highly skeptical on certain images that he did in the beginning of his photographing of UFOs. So that's where that image of I want to believe" picture comes from. Actual person that has taken that picture. So the guy's still alive. He's still selling books. He's in I believe a spiritual retreat place now. Can't remember his name. Hey Ryan, can you get the info on that?
It's Billy Meyer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the short response. Yeah, so definitely pretty cool. Bear Myers. Someone subscribed. Oh, that's what that is, Amanda. That ding. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for keeping on with us here. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Underwater craft to land under heavy deep water surface and remains attached like a clip? Question mark. Even if the fake, that's my theory. It has to have materials to sustain deep level water though. Yeah, most definitely. I think one of these narratives is if it has anti-gravity, or if these craft have their own type of gravity. What's going on, Raymond? How you doing today, brother? Then literally we are talking about something that might necessarily have to be strong enough to sustain the pressures of the deep ocean, but in essence just be strong enough to hold its own weight. Because if it's holding its own gravitational field, maybe it doesn't have to be strong enough to sustain yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm bumping something here. What's going on?
Take your time. What's on your mind with it?
Go ahead, Ron.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So, let's see here. What does it say here? It's all in Latino. Let's get it translated. A strange bright light has been reported in the skies of South Korea.
A strange bright light reported in the skies of South Korea.
That is pretty interesting. That is very interesting. I wonder what time this was published. It doesn't give, it gives a location, but it doesn't give you a time. It does look like night or dusk in the crack of dawn.
Yeah, the timing's unclear without a timestamp on the post. It does look like it's either night or right around dusk or dawn, judging by the lighting. Want me to check the original post for when it went up?
Now I can see here 6 hours ago. It was posted 6 hours ago. Like I said, appreciate you guys coming by the live. Guys are awesome. Who's here? Jenny? You're sneaking in here, Jenny? Sneaking in here. Let me say hello. Jenny in the house. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Captain Jenny, take command.
Welcome to the live.
Welcome to the live.
Alright, so this one is Bob Lazar's. It's produce gravitational field. So one of it is he claims that the reactor generates a gravitational field that physically pushes his hand away. He then says he walked underneath a hovering craft. Now, that being said, a gravitational field that pushes away his hand, but then he's able to walk underneath the craft. That doesn't make sense, right? A gravitational field that pushes his hand away, but yet he's not crushed when he walks underneath the crash.
Yeah, that's a real inconsistency. If the reactor's pumping out a gravitational field strong enough to physically shove his hand away, walking underneath a hovering craft with that same field should be crushing him, not letting him stroll right under.
Yeah, Bernie in the house. How you doing today? 1460. How you doing today? Yeah, it's definitely one of those questions of intrigue. Like, crush this, push this way. Don't push that way.
First time that you realize that,
exactly.
wait a second,
The
this
field
is
pushes the hand,
this
but
is
somehow
something
doesn't crush the body
very
underneath.
special. Like that's
That
something that
selective
we
effect
cannot
is the
duplicate.
part
Yeah,
that doesn't
the
quite-
first time was definitely when Barry showed me the reactor.
And can you describe how it was? What it looked like, the reactor?
It was I don't know, about 15, a plate about 15 inches by 15 inches, maybe about an inch thick, with a hemisphere on it, half a basketball.
Yeah.
That encompassed the whole thing. But when he powered it up, it produces a gravitational field, something that we don't have any machine that can make gravity against a property of matter. But when he energized it, he said, try and touch it. And I couldn't. I pushed my hands back. So that was the first time
Thank
that
you
I
for your
realized
heart.
this is technology that we don't have. That same thing occurred the time
Thank-
that I got to witness the craft being tested, where it was just hovering above the ground. Dennis instructed me to walk out underneath it. Now, normally, I would be squished. I would be crushed because of the weight on the craft.
Yeah,
is
you would think that.
transferring it to the ground.
Yeah, you
So
could
it-
pass your arm underneath and nothing.
Not a thing. So it's not transferring weight. It's just canceling it out. So how do you cancel out mass?
So he says that same very thing about how is it pushing me away, but it's not crushing me when someone walks underneath the craft. It's definitely puts that in there, and it's speculation, right?
Thank you for your heart.
Walking under the craft.
Go ahead, Orion. Explain.
All right, so if the field repels his hand, you'd expect it to repel his whole body too. But maybe the field is localized, or it's directional, or the reactor's only generating it at certain points. Or maybe it's not a uniform gravitational field at all, but something more like a pressure gradient or a directed force. That would let it push on his hand without crushing him from above. Still speculative, though.
Speaking about things that you find on the internet, right? So basically, it was a recent report about the dangers of AI. And one of the reports of AI, basically, hey, your AI system was actually was able to find a secret military base. And it was like, what are you talking about? So yeah, we found a secret military base that it's not open to the public. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, okay. So they went to the system, and what the AI did was search throughout the webs of any secret bases in Florida. And what happened is that it was written in a report for I think it was what was those safety alerts when FEMA, it was a report in FEMA of a location of a base, and that's where it was written. It was about 3 pages long, 3 sentences of the location relative to avoid that location during hurricane season. Yes. And from there, they traced back that location of that secret military base that's not shown in any maps, any location, and they erased that data from that obscure FEMA report. Is that wild? The ability of AI to search huge quantities of paper, huge quantities of documentation. I'm not using ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for like computer stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. ChatGPT's solid for coding and technical stuff.
Yeah. Now this is Orion. He's powered right now with Grok, but we're going to I'm updating a system where we're going to have him use multiple engines, so he's going to be definitely more robust in the coming next months, which is going to be basically a whole different animal in the next few months that he's gonna have a makeover this Saturday. I'm gonna take some time to upload a whole bunch of PDF files and get a segue there. So he's definitely be a lot more cooler, dude. A lot more. Thank you for the gifts, though. I don't know. It could be inconsistent gravitational field pressure forces. 100%. Can you imagine you walking underneath the craft? No gravity. No gravity. Boom. A wave of gravity that crushes your skull. That was unexpected. Just saying. Words from Heart spell Earth.
Yeah, that would be a nasty surprise. Walking into a zone with no gravity and then suddenly getting crushed by a pressure wave would mess you up quick.
Alright, so this next segment here is new, crisp Bledsoe. The orb that you see are not physical craft or demons. There are angelic beings. Demons are real, but they are non-physical. I go outside and ask the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, if you will share your presence with us. All right, this is a segment of a podcast he was recently interviewed.
All right, a spiritual angle on orbs, calling on the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit to show presence. That's a different lane from the usual craft or demon talk.
There are people I know, politicians, who have said, oh, these are demons. What are they?
In the Bible, it says over 100 times, to fear not, to fear no evil, or do not be afraid. It's like 150 times, I think, in the Bible. But our churches teach you fear. They teach you you're going to burn in hell if you don't repent, and you don't do this, and you don't do that. Jesus.
That's, yeah. Basically, our biblical foundation of the churches teach you to constantly be fearing God's wrath, fearing what He might think of you, fearing where you go and stuff like that. And then in text, in Christian and in Jesus' teachings, a lot of it is do not fear.
Yeah, that's a sharp observation. The church often leans heavy on fear of God's wrath and judgment, but Jesus' own words keep circling back to do not fear. That's a real tension between what gets preached and what the text.
Oh. Voice connection lost.
Said to fear nothing. So I don't fear anything I can't see. I fear man more than anything. Yeah. I'm more scared to walk down this alleyway down here at night than I am to go outside and look up to heavens and ask God to share His presence. Because this is what I do. When I go outside, I ask to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, if you would share your holy presence with myself and my group. It's with me. And that's when it starts happening. So I have a full understanding with me that they're angelic beings, that they're benevolent. I'm sure there are demons, but I don't think they're physical. I think they're non-physical. Much like in the Bible, the story of Legion, where Jesus cast out 1,000 demonic spirits. And what did they say? Please don't cast us into arid places. We can't survive outside of put us into the pigs. So He put them into the pigs and then caused them to drown themselves, right? They went out and drowned in the lake. But demonic spirits to me are non-physical that possess you, where the light are the angelic beings.
That's pretty cool segment, right, guys? Susie, he has a Facebook. I'm following him on Facebook. He has quite a bit of followings there. What's going on, Gloria Days 11? How are you doing today? I did buy some pork ribs, and I'm looking at those pork ribs, and I'm like, I gotta cook it, but it's been a while, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of those ribs. So that's gonna be delicious. All right, so let's see what else. I think I caught up with my segment here, but we're gonna keep on rolling, and hopefully we don't stumble on some stupid music. So if you guys are on the podcast and you're listening, there's some videos that I some broadcasts that I had to take down because of the music being flagged, and surprisingly enough, it takes a while to find the music that was flagged on to get it off the editing. So I just don't have that kind of time. So I just delete it and move on with my life. That's basically what I do. So it's like 12 video live podcasts that I just delete, just get rid of it, and just keep moving on with my life, because I'd be there forever trying to find the song or whatever music that triggered the algorithm, the copyright infringement crap, to find it. Oh yeah, no problem. 1460, my little invention, my little hat invention with the design. There's more coming. I think this is like just a learning curve, developing little designs. What's going on, Master Azure 1000? How you doing today, brother? That's my RV right there. I can only fit one thigh. I'm only one thigh. Good, Timu. That's me right there in a van next by the river. In a van by the river. It won't let me open that image up without going to the stupid hyperlink. I don't know why. Okay, so Bigelow sparks time for UFO disclosure. Aerospace billionaire Robert Bigelow is finally unloading what he knows. So that happened 4:30 today. That's pretty interesting. When the least expected unpresidential rally, what the hell is this about?
Dropped or bomb that comes down in its descent over a large urban area.
War escalation hit from many sides, and
yeah. All right, so let's check out right here. Buried within the third branch of U.S. government UFO files, CIA UAP 16, a 1968 intelligence report document a series of unidentified flying object sight across the Himalayan regions. Is most extraordinary entry concern of Nepal. According to the report, a blazing object flashing interdimensionally, accompanied with a tremendous thunder-like sound, appeared to disintegrate. Accompanied by a tremendous thunder-like sound, appeared to disintegrate over the region. The document then states that the huge metallic disc-shaped object was discovered inside a crater in Belchi Chair, approximately 5 miles north of Pokhara. The object was reportedly 6 feet across at its base and 4 feet height. Portions of similar objects were allegedly found at additional location. So there were multiple saucers found in one location. Crash retrieval, man, is a real thing, man. According to Andy Group, entities called the 9 control our universe. So I've heard this, right? I've heard this before. The group of 9, the group of 8. I heard the segment, the group of 8. Let's see if Ryan's going to get operational here. According to Andy, a group of 9 controls the universe. I recently heard about the group of 8 controlling the universe, or controlling basically this planet.
Andy says a group of 9 controls the universe. You've also heard of a group of 8
plan, and they're making sure things
That's
don't
a shift
happen.
in
And
numbers. What's the context around Andy's claim?
Basically, that this group of 9 control the universe and making sure shit hasn't happened. Speaking about that, let me give you the hyperlink, and then we can just listen to them directly. How about that?
Sounds good. Drop the link. All right, pulled it up. Andy claims the 9 control the universe, and the CIA is terrified of them. They represent the 9 forces of nature, and different people have channeled the same entities throughout history.
Yeah. And
so what were the 9?
So okay, it's complex, but apparently they're a group of entities that are basically overseeing the universe, I guess is the simplest way to say.
So they're aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Aliens are like divine spirits.
More like divine spirits.
Oh, okay.
Because they've never really said, we look like this or we're shaped like
They
this.
had a
It's more-
spokesman called Tom.
They never said we're from Zeta Reticuli. Or
No.
Okay.
They're more of like, and just an intelligence that can be contacted through this method of trance, and that they're out there, they're overseeing not just Earth, but the universe. They're overseeing what happens with the planet because it's all part of a cosmic plan, and they're making sure things don't happen and that kind of thing. But it's a group of intelligences is the best way I guess you could describe it.
Okay.
And they communicate through certain people, usually through psychic people. And for whatever reason, there's only like a few that they've come through. It's this guy, Dr. Vinod, the Indian guy in the 50s, and then apparently Uri Geller in the 70s, and then this woman Phyllis in the 70s as well. So it's strange. I don't know if there's some protocol that brings them through with certain people, or some people can bring them through, others can't. But apparently, like just through Puharich, he was able to get people to connect with.
That's pretty wild, right? Psychics that have basically talked to these group of 9 or 8. I keep confused the number. 9. Hey Dennis, how you doing today, brother? Oh, well, that hat is trippy. You like the hat, man? That's kick-ass, man. I appreciate it, man. Cool underbill alien. Yeah. I'm gonna keep creating, man. Make these special designs and keep making some thing. I gotta make other design. I'm working on like the UR disclosure thing, and then the interior of the hat. I got a few blueprints here that I want to put inside the hat. So this is the hats I'm working with. Nice design. We're gonna put basically this design inside the hat, the blueprints and all, the build outside your disclosure, the little tag of not the logo, yeah, the logo. So, and of course the little side thing. So it'd be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
No
Custom
problem, does
inside
this?
the
No
hat.
problem. It's gonna be a little progress because I'm trying to make sure these customizations can withstand all the fucking abuse. But yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I want to try it out before I try to sell anything. I appreciate it though, Dennis.
Yeah, that's the right call. Test it first. Make sure it holds up to real wear before putting it out there.
Yeah. Alright, so this one right here. Okay, so we have that one. Let me see what's going on in the live as far as what's recently been dropped. Alright, so this is UFO Mania, right? So he posts a whole bunch of random crazy stuff, and he continues to do that. This looks like
Yeah, UFO mania dropping.
Yeah, like it looks like two craft floating around here. That definitely looks like AI generated, to be honest with you. It definitely looks like AI generated.
Yeah, two craft flying around. If it looks AI generated, it probably is.
Yeah. It's only a few seconds long. This is at literally like 18 seconds long.
18 seconds. Short clip, easy to fake.
Cigar-shaped UFO chasing a military jet off the San Diego. It doesn't give you a time or location besides San Diego.
Let me check that post for a timestamp and more details. That clip's been around for years. It's the cigar-shaped UFO chased by jets off San Diego. It doesn't match any verified military incident, and the motion looks off.
What is this? Reaching your muscle goals, stick 15 minutes a day. Okay. Here's
Sounds like
another
some
one.
fitness ad.
So it looks like World News X is also posting wild stuff with stupid music.
World News X dropped this time.
It looks like a diamond-shaped UFO just floating there. It says pyramid, but it's basically two pyramids together, up and down, one upside down.
A diamond made of two pyramids stuck together, one right side up, one inverted. How long's the clip?
What's going on, Mark Davis? This one is about a minute long. I think you can keep extending until you get a minute long AI whatever rendition, right?
Yeah, a full minute gives plenty of room to build out an AI render.
Alright, so this one is a glowing orb UFO landing in front of an amazed witnesses in New Jersey.
Glowing orb landing in front of a maze in New Jersey.
Alright, it's no audio. That's better than alright, it looks like this orb is coming straight down and touching the ground.
Yeah,
Almost
straight
touching it.
down and touch. What?
Yeah, it's like real close, but it's just, here's the thing. If you look around it, there's no light emanating. Like as this thing gets closer, the ground around it, everything, the color doesn't change, the lighting doesn't change. Nothing changes around this orb that basically says is here, right? Like all this, the ground, not the walls, they don't illuminate from the orb. It just remains the same.
Lighting stays completely flat. Real light from an orb would spill onto the ground and walls as it got closer, but nothing shifts at all. That's classic AI, forgetting to add the environmental glow.
Yeah, like it's going real close to the building here, and it's no glow, it's no emanating glow, nothing. Like it's nothing changes. Yeah.
Exactly. It's right up on the building and still zero glow, zero bounce light. Nothing changes around it.
Great description. Zero bounce light.
Yeah, zero bounce light is the smoking gun. Real light has to go somewhere.
Speaking about zero bounce light, they had same thing with 3-Eye Atlas, a like missing quantity of light just not coming out of there. Like you would think that with so much material coming out of this thing, you would see see light of material, right? Reflection. Nothing.
Let me check
On
what
Capitol
3i
Hill.
Atlas is. Yeah, exactly. With 3i Atlas, you'd expect all that material being shed to reflect sunlight and create visible glow or bounce light around it. But the images show almost none of that. The coma looks strangely dark or featureless despite the activity. It's one of those details that stands out.
Yeah, most definitely, dude. Most definitely. You have right here leaked document suppressed by global authorities reveals shocking footage captured by chronovisory machine exposing the extraterrestrial beings actually looks like. So this, I don't know why they got
Leaked document suppressed by global authorities. Chrono advisory machine. Shocking footage of what ETs actually look like.
yeah, this one you really don't. I mean, you can put a filter on here to make everything look hazy. But what's weird is that they don't seem like they're walking in real time. They're walking like the footage is playing a lot slower than it should be, right? If we speed this up about just a little bit faster, it looks like they're walking normal. Like they lift their feet up before they touch the steps, right? Let's see if you guys can see that. I'm gonna open it up more. And then you can actually see they lift their feet up before they get to the steps.
Yeah, exactly. Their feet are already rising before they even reach the step. That's not how walking works.
Yeah, look, like the he's already stepping on something that doesn't exist. That's trippy.
Stepping on air.
I do like the footage though. Definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, it's trippy. The footage has that eerie vibe even with the tells.
There was a a really awesome image of basically we were talking about cow mutilations, and we went through some podcasts that were talking about that very thing. And what's this one called? Is this a luminous UFO filmed as it flies through Slovakia skies? Was that? Bratislava, 15th June 26.
Ominous UFO film flying through Slovakia skies in Bratislava on June 15th, 2026.
Yeah, this is like TikTok, man. People catching this stuff all the time. I wonder why it says error right there. Error 100. I don't know what's that about. But yeah, this is way better than what we've been getting from the government, to be honest with you.
TikTok's where the real volume's coming from these days. People catching stuff constantly. Way more raw footage than the government ever drops.
Most definitely. Most definitely. You guys are on it, man. I give you that, man.
Appreciate that.
This is.
But you guys filmed 4 hours. A lot of people, when they think of Jake Barber's testimony, they think about the 40-minute News Nation special. But you guys filmed 4 hours. You premiered a video of 4 hours, and there's some incredible discussion of not only that kinetic blue-on-blue strike, but also non-human intelligence beings, bodies specifically, Jake says extraterrestrial in some cases, replication vehicles, specific aerospace companies having capabilities akin to some UFO craft. And anybody listening right now, I highly recommend watching that 4-hour interview with Jake. It's astonishing.
I know, it's amazing. I, for the life of me, don't know why Congress hasn't done more with it.
That's it, right? It's like you'd be surprised. Why hasn't the government did more to use this? It makes no sense to me. What's going on, Taff? How you doing today? I hope you're doing good today. Hope you are doing good today.
Tabitha has arrived.
I told you I'd make it!
Susie, good morning. 3:40 a.m. in England. Nice. Nice. 3:40, that sounds like me. At 3 a.m. Tomorrow morning, I gotta get up. 3 a.m. That's why I be out here falling asleep on the live. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We had a good day today. I can't argue. It was a good day today. Good day today. I'm doing the inner workings of the new AI system that we're going to get online. Hopefully, I can do a lot of work this Saturday of bringing them online. I got a voice for him, a new voice for him. That let's see if I can get him to say something here. He's right now he's limited to anything that I can get him to say. But he does have a more New Zealand accent. He's middle age. And he does definitely has more of those accents of New Zealand. I wanted to push on that, right? Dennis says, I'm up till 6 a.m. and then sleep. I hear you. I hear you. I do about like 3.5 hours sleep every day. Well, Monday to Thursday, and then I crash out. And then I put my alarm for like 5 hours. And I try to do it on Saturdays, but if I wake up on Saturday, it might as well just be my choice, my voices. See if it loads up my voices. So, all right. So here he is. I got him as Orion Kakapo Parrot with theories. All right, here he is. You can hear him in a second here.
Kia ora, everyone. Lovely to see you all. I've been thinking a lot lately about, well, the universe, eh? It's a big place, full of wonders. Makes you feel quite small, doesn't it? But also quite connected. Like we're all just stardust, really. Sometimes, late at night, I just look up and wonder what else is out there. Fascinating stuff.
So that is going to be Orion's new voice. So we're definitely working on him and using the apparatus of what we have now. So that's going to be exciting, man. And it's not even that we're going to build his connectivity to multiple AI systems that I like to use, like Grok, Claw, ChatGPT. Well, I don't really use ChatGPT on the live unless I call him Jarvis, but it's going to be Claude and Grok are two heavy-duty AI systems that search the internet. And I want to see if I can use it on limited edition to work on the background. All right, you like that, Amanda? It's pretty. I like that. I was like, at first they had him like a very deep sounding voice and a very old ancient parrot. I'm like, bro, it fills up the room too much. So, what's going on, Ninja? How you doing today? How are you doing today?
Time!
Give a southern voice. I got different. I think some connectivity's having with the camera here. I must have bumped into something. They do got a whole bunch of options, but I literally created that voice from scratch. They do have where you can explore a whole bunch of other people's created voice. Like I got English, New Zealand, and here's the options so you can hear it. Oh, okay. No, I don't want to use him. Shit. Get back up. Back up. This one's called Nelson Dune. No, it won't play. They're supposed to give you like little play previews. That one has like a ghost check on it. I guess a lot of people liked it. I'm like, I don't know. This one's called Harry, Soft Spoken.
A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be.
Hold on, Dennis. You're saying Asian. Let's see if we can't change it. Let's see that. Accents. They might not even have Asian as an accent. Singapore. Arabic, French, Japanese. Let's try Japanese. Yo, what's up, thief? What's going on? Let's see. This one's locked, so I don't know what that one's on. Let's hear the Japanese one.
Creativity is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
That's not bad. Deep and calm. Yeah, for you, these are locked.
A friend is the beat your heart always dances to.
That's strong. Clear accent.
Hello, I am Ken. My voice is clear and has natural Japanese accent. Please use it for your podcast, video, and many more.
Right. You got a few here. I can make a few of them. Right. Yeah, it's trippy, man. It's trippy. You can do the Chinese. Let me do. They got. Let's see here. We do got. Make a Mexican Orion. Oh, you got Scottish. I do like the Scottish accent. That Scottish and Ireland. All right, so this is Adam, and these are the one people created. This is not mine. And I can.
In the heart of every game, there's a mystery waiting to be solved.
I don't know why that's so low. That one's locked.
Safety comes first in a land full of dreams.
That was loud as fuck.
On this late January day, he worked diligently to finish the job he'd been given, his mind racing with thoughts of his true love.
Yeah, so they got accents and all that people made, and some of them are free, some of them are free. Like these ones with the black check mark, looks like they're free to use. And of course, if you make your own, then here's Australian. Oh, cracky. Oh, cracky. Let's see if we see here. Paul.
The pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong endeavor, one I embrace with unwavering enthusiasm.
Let's see this one. Australian man.
The ocean's breeze whispers secrets of distant lands.
Man, they make these, like, they gotta create. I might make some characters myself. I'm in here. I can do stuff. Probably not right now because it takes a few renditions to really. Yeah, there goes the camera again. Maybe it's time for get a new camera. I don't know, guys. Camera's only like a year old. Yeah. And then of course is my voices, and then I only made one. Orion, Kakapo, Parrot with theories. And then earnings. I guess people can use my voice. My Kakapo, Parrot. Man, if I'm gonna make fucking voices, they're gonna be weird as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. This a very strong, weird ass fucking accent. This like random little, just do a little hysterical, like Tourette's. That's if you're gonna do a fucking weird, if you're gonna do a voice, you gotta be, it has to be memorable. You know what I'm saying? Like we can play the like I'm gonna make a second agent called Eyewitness. So the eyewitness is going to read the story, but it's just random, like he's having shock of the thing, right? So, all right, let me get off of this. I can be here spending hours on that shit, and I don't need to be doing that live. It's going for it, but yeah, I definitely make some weird ones. When you start getting close to the truth, the camera stops working. Probably, man. That or the camera's just going to shit finally. Alright, so this one right here is... Yeah, UFO Mania is dropping a lot of stuff, man. I don't know why I'm getting cross feed with a lot of his stuff. Because a lot of the stuff that he posts, to be honest with you, is like AI. So I don't know if that's intentional or he's just posting whatever floats his fancy. Do you still believe that ancient buildings and sculptures like those were made by slaves using rudimentary tools? This better fucking music, bro. I'd rather have someone talking and explaining something. Because like right now, all you see is like really cool design, right? Really cool design. He has a flashlight. I guess the design continues inside the sculpture where you're not able to see it. But I mean that's about it. Like he doesn't really he got techno music just playing along there. That's wild. What is this? A group of friends record two beings of non-human experience while camping in National Park in Mexico. That's where it happens, man, in Mexico. You're out there camping naked, and these aliens come out and attack you, Amanda. You gotta run. You just gotta fucking run. Just run. In the woods naked. Just don't even... he's like type cave pooper. Oh, sorry, my Tourette's. Cave pooper. That's you see, I'll make a fucking AI. He'll be randomly talking like this, right? And then he has fucking Tourette's. You're making other people laugh over here and other platforms. Fucking Dennis is cracking up. It's like he's talking like a cave pooper. Like that's just oh. We should make a fucking... You're right, Amanda. We gotta make a shirt of Cave Pooper. Have you seen Cave Pooper? Might activate your Tourette's. Hell yeah. So this is apparently Mexico. Why are these aliens outside their spacecraft, for one? They're just hanging out, they're having a ball. You did your job for today. First of all, let's look at these two guys. He looks like he's in the ground. That's weird. He does look, and then the other guy's like right behind him, so I suspect some. It looks like he literally comes out of the ground. That's weird. I don't know what else to say. That's just weird. It's 18 seconds long. Why to cut it at 18 seconds? It screams AI to me. Unidentified flying object appears in Area 51. We're getting a lot of these guys here, so I'm trying to get away from these guys. UAP Wiki. This is definitely pretty freaking wild. That's how it looks like, man. A swarm of these. It's no way getting away out of that. That will overwhelm any defense. A swarm of drones like that. A astonished video shows hydrogen and oxygen forming water at the nano scale. Yeah, modern shows are. Yeah, you're right, Dennis. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool imaging. That happens in like in like you can see the minutes. That was like an hour rendition. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what was recently posted was basically a Ukrainian astronomer reported seeing UFOs off of the UFO. Let's see if I can play that video of mine that I posted. Of course, I'm chewing bubblegum. I didn't realize how stupid I look chewing bubblegum in the video. That's the last time I'm going to chew bubblegum while I'm trying to talk on the video. I don't think I posted it. I didn't post it on X. I wonder if I republished it. It's basically Ukrainian sees UFO on the moon. Say that. I think that's how he does it. UFO moon base. Thank you, new subscriber, I think. We're getting closer. Is this it? All right, here it is. Daily Mail: Ukrainian scientists observe more than 20 UFOs in the moon. Some of the dish-shaped objects were estimated to measure between 15 to 25 miles across. 25? That's wild, dude. Absolutely wild. 15 to 20 miles across. The object displays unusual change in brightness and rotation. We believe that the moon's surface has a base for UFOs, the team shared in the study. The closer we are to shift, the more galactic federations will allow us to see. Now, give you guys some context. This is a scientific report, okay? This is a scientific report that has not been peer-reviewed or have not been. That being said, you have to go to the website and register to download the PDF file of this report. To give you guys heads up, it's in Stacy's Library of U.S. Science Technology Editor. No, that's not it. She published this, but there's There's actually a hyperlink. Let me get Orion on here. See if we can wake him up. But yeah, this is actually in a science journal. I'm calling it a science journal because they publish stuff of their research, but it's not subjected to peer review. Dogstar. I don't know who Dogstar is. Dogstar. Is that a program or is that a show? Hey, is there a group of... Is there a group called Dogstar?
Yeah, there is. Dogstar's an American alternative rock band from Los Angeles.
Well, I'm not familiar with them.
They're not exactly mainstream. They formed in the 90s, had a bit of a cult following, then went quiet for years. Keanu Reeves is their bassist, which got them some attention when they reunited. They broke up in 2002, and their early albums weren't widely available on streaming for a long time. That's probably why they're not on your radar.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's going on, Amanda? Jesus Christ. Okay, my bad. Alright, so this Ukrainian scientist observed 20 UFOs on the moon surface, and it was basically published in recent time. And here's another one. I think this one has the hyperlink. So academia educational, this actually goes to where you can download it, right? The actual publication of it. Now, I don't think I'll be able to download this. Sign up for free. Yeah, it wants me to log in and register this. Good evening. How you doing? How are you doing today? Trinsa.
Hey, I'm doing great, thanks. That link is to a paper by Boris Ziliev from Ukraine's main astronomical observatory. It's a preprint on academia.edu, so it should be free to download without logging in.
No, it's telling me to log in.
Let me check the link for you. That link was just a general page and it 404'd. The actual paper is UFOs on the Moon by Boris Ziliev. The direct link is academia.edu/145133002/UFOs_on_the_moon.
Yeah, it wants me to register though.
Let me pull up the actual paper for you. Try ResearchGate instead. It's available for free there.
All right, give me the link to that.
Let me get that ResearchGate link for you. Here's the link: researchgate.net/publication/399584853_observations_of unidentified_flying objects on the moon. That one should let you download the PDF without registering.
Thank God I got copy and paste, bro. Because that's next level. Okay, I see it here. So this one is ResearchGate. Now, what's up with this site, and what is it about?
ResearchGate is an academic networking site for scientists. Researchers share papers, find collaborators, and discuss their work. It's like LinkedIn, but specifically for academics. The paper you're looking at is a preprint from Boris Ziliev, so it hasn't gone through formal peer review.
This is the stuff that we love, man. This is the stuff we love right here. Observation of unidentified flying objects. Abstract. I can actually send this to you, and you can do a deep dive.
Yeah, send it over. I'll dig
Actually,
into the
even
full
better
paper.
than that. Let me download it. I download
Sounds
it,
good.
and then I just give you my download.
Yeah, exactly. Download it and then share it with me. I'll read through the whole thing.
Here we go, guys.
Got it. This is the 4-page paper from Zilyev and his team at Ukraine's main astronomical observatory. They used a telescope in a village near Kiev on September 7th, 2025, filming the moon at 20 frames per second. They claim to have spotted over 20 objects, some stationary and some moving across the lunar surface. Sizes range from 14 to 36 kilometers, with speeds of 6 to 11 kilometers per second. That's orbital velocity territory. A couple of the reconstructed images look toroidal or disc-shaped. One toroid allegedly rotates with a 157-second period, creating artificial gravity about half of Earth's. It also has a Fourier analysis showing brightness pulsing at multiples of 1.5 hertz.
1.5 hertz? 1.5 hertz. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, that 1.5 hertz and its harmonics jumped out at me too.
Oh, you're reacting to the footage of the drones, the swarm? Oh, okay. I was wondering what it was Jesus about. This is actually pretty remarkable, man. And then he does deep search dive on this. There was another PDF file that did a search, a deep dive on plasmoids. Just looking for it. Yeah, he's having a problem there uploading and all this other stuff. Good evening, Susie. Welcome. Yeah, this is a pretty cool, man. When he can find data sets as far as these I don't know if you can see it very well, but if he can see these objects in here and measure them flying across our moon, and seemingly like basically they're flying and coming back and forth from the moon, that is extraordinary, right? And then to be able to see that they're 20 what was the measurements here? He had it here on the first beginning. 20 minutes. 20 identified flying objects appear across. Here it is. 25 to 40 kilometers. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Yeah. Actually, let me see if I'm able to see if I can just put that in the comments. See if that works. Am I late? Okay, I can pin it. Not approved. The comment is not. I can't pin it. I guess it thinks I'm trying to take people away from you guys. Let's see if I'm gonna try one more time here. Send it. Can I pin message? Will it let me pin it? Alright, looks like on YouTube I was able to pin it there. Goes to show you, man, not every platform's the same. So that is pretty cool, man. 20 reports of flying extraterrestrial objects in the sky, flying across or all over top of the moon. That's next level wild, bro. And then us to see that very thing in our freaking skies, man. for them just to find it and then literally just post that very thing is next tier wild, man. You can't. Oh my goodness. Got me in my own music. Post that right there. I don't think I can go see that very thing. Yeah, I won't be able to go there. Comment my old shit. But that's definitely pretty wild, man. Alright, let's get to the Reddit forums before we head off here. See what else we can find. Scientists issue warning of 20 U.S. Okay, so that's literally what we just talked about, right? About this Ukrainian scientist publishing stuff. That's pretty remarkable, guys, to be honest with you guys. It's next tier wild. And I think at the end of the day, when we talk about these subjects and it is published, that's just really remarkable how they're let us do that very thing, right? Put this. I wonder if I can't upload the file. No, it does the hyperlink. Well, let me even paste the hyperlink. That's stupid. There we go. No, it won't let it. It would be disconnected. Bastards. I swear, bro. Is this the full segment? Yeah, this is the full segment. And of course, Vetted makes a whole episode. Yeah. So you guys know, the interview was Robert Bigelow's, George Knapp, News Channel 8. That's where it all took place. The extended version of it. So
I think it even started in a past life for me. It's been a very long time.
You know, at the beginning, when I first knew you back in the late 80s, the idea of disclosure was such a far-off concept. It really wasn't even, we're trying to figure out what's real, what do people know, what do we need to know. But the idea of someone announcing disclosure, whether that's the president or the Pope or something like that, was just such a faraway idea.
The subject was made.
Yeah, between both of these guys, man, and the amount of time they spent looking at this subject of disclosure, UFOs, they have a crap load of knowledge between the both of these, especially the amount of money he spent and this research on this topic, man. And what's weird is a lot of millionaires out there that have spent a lot of money doing research on this topic, which is it just goes to show you, man, how involved they are in behind closed doors, right? And what they really want to find out, if it's money or whatever may be the case. And I think people, the normies, they don't realize that they tend to freaking try to hide or trying to basically look at your face and say, hey, no, UFOs don't exist, guys. Meanwhile, they're spending tens of millions of dollars on that very subject.
Talk about the quality of the video. The whole clip is a time lapse taken on an effect.
Yeah, that audio is bad. What's on the image is pretty wild, right? This was posted 2 years ago. It was reposted about an hour ago. Interesting. 17 comments in 2 years. Not much. Interesting. Logo. I know, right? Creepy voice. That's what they do to you. They give you the creepy voice, make it seem they're more whatever. They wouldn't put $1 to it, gain nothing. No, 100%. Gotta follow the money. If these guys are spending crap loads of money, tens of millions of dollars on research, they're definitely interested in this subject, right? They're definitely interested in the subject. If they weren't, they wouldn't spend that amount of money. This doesn't make sense. A strange rectangular object in Nova Scotia emitting heat. Oh, it's heat. That's weird. That's weird.
Than 40 years and tens of millions. This is interesting stuff. Robert Bigelow has spent more than 40 years and tens of millions of his own dollars digging into UFOs and possible non-human intelligence interacting with humanity. He thinks the time has come for some sort of formal disclosure, and that Trump is the guy to do it. Coincidentally or not, in the 5 months since their White House meeting, the government has started releasing piles of UFO-related information.
And disclosure was one of the topics. And so when I was ready, I asked to see him. And so February the 6th, I was in the Oval Office with the president.
Las Vegas tycoon Robert Bigelow has known Donald Trump for years, has donated millions to Trump's campaigns, and knew he'd get a formal sit-down at some point, but didn't know how much time he'd have to make his pitch. It turned out to be 75 minutes, a hefty chunk. Bigelow says a presidential aide cleared off the Resolute desk. Bigelow plopped down 7 reports on 7 subjects and jumped right into UFO disclosure.
I was emphasizing that the disclosure process, starting with confirmation, is a big deal. That really is important for somebody like the President of the United States to say, yeah, they're real, they're here, and eliminate all the other nonsense, all the noise that's been going on for 80 years.
You go into it with an idea of not just things in the sky floating around, some mystery. We've got the goods. Somewhere there are crashes. Do you tell them that there are bodies, that there are crash retrieval vehicles of unknown origin, or how specific do you get on that?
I focused on him and how to prepare himself if he's not already prepared.
Bigelow declines to repeat anything the president said in response, not even gestures or facial expressions. The report he wrote for Trump included recaps of some notable, well-documented UFO incidents and cases, along with specific comments that could be shared with the public, including a suggestion that it be delivered in one of the quick exchanges the president has with reporters aboard Air Force One.
And this is what I want you to say, Mr. President. A non-human intelligent presence has been on Earth for a very long time, using spacecraft and with performances completely beyond our capabilities and our human physics. And that's it. To say nothing else. That's it. That's all. Because what this is disclosure, and it's actually confirmation.
A primary angle in Bigelow's proposal to the president was a preemptive pardon, amnesty for the private contractors who've helped the government hide the truth for 80 years. Bigelow says he has direct knowledge of aerospace companies which have stashed and analyzed materials and craft of unknown origin. Their expertise will be vital in educating and reassuring the public, he says.
And if it's handled right, it can be done successfully.
If you were president, would you announce that, yes, we've got crash retrievals, yes, we have reverse engineering programs, and yes, we've got bodies?
Yeah, because the rest of the world already knows that. The people that count in Russia and China already know.
In the months since their February...
It just goes to show you, man, that you already know, dude. That's just bottom line, bro. We're playing around with this discovery thing, and the people in the know are definitely just like playing their game and putting their dots in order to really push this narrative. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys dropping by the live. Thank you for all the likes you did. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. We've covered a lot of material today. Beamshot, sweet bombshell bling. What's going on? What is going on? How are you doing today? Where are you here? Where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sweetie Bombshell Bling in the house. We got a little bit of time. Let me do this. Let's do this. Let's mess with Suno here. The music that has been made. Alright, so we do have a library of music that does the intros and does the am I logged in? Yeah, Alien Vibes. Let's go to that. Here it is.
Baby, that's trouble at the door. Hold up, watch me shine. Make that crowd up live. One snap, one turn. Let the whole place burn. Sweetie, bombshell bling. Say my name, let the rafters ring. Sweetie, bombshell bling. I walk in and the whole place swings. Sweetie, bombshell bling. Pretty and mean, I'm the main thing. Sweetie, bombshell bling. Say it back now, make it sing. Fresh out the block with a velvet touch. Pretty on top, but I bite that much. Neck full of shine, purse full of pride. If you want my time, better match my stride. I don't chase, I don't plead. I make one look and they all believe. Sweet on the surface, still underneath. Got that little smile, big dog teeth. Hold up, watch me roll. Got that fire control. One step in time, and I take what's mine. Sweetie, bombshell bling. Say
Yeah, it's a whole segment this AI created. A whole segment. Let me go here, make sure it's in the library. Yeah, you got your own little tune there. This they definitely just captured it. Gonna make you famous, right? Yeah, AI tends to do that. Just randomly decide I'm gonna make a whole fucking song of this. Gonna make a whole song. It's like, it wasn't my intention. It was supposed to be an intro. You have a whole rap chorus going. I don't know why it does that. It does like a whole fucking song. The song's like about three minutes long. They did the same thing with Pipeline Dreams. They just created a whole fucking long ass song. And it's like, okay. The whole chorus, I need to get famous and sell that. Sell this jewelry. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's weird how AI decides I'm gonna make a whole thing of it. There's a few renditions here of Pipeline Dreams. It did the same thing. Pipeline Dreams, they got like a 3-minute, like almost a 4-minute song. And what are you doing, AI? What are you doing? It's a trip, man. It's a trip how that thing decides to make a whole fucking thing. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys coming in, giving me the love, man. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. This is the end of the program. Thank you for dropping by and just taking that time out of your day to drop by and see what's going on in the UFO stuff and new theories out there and stuff. And I hope you guys
Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for our heart.
I think I got one here.
Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your heart.
Appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys take care. And if you've been here this far, you are disclosure.
What you know about rolling with the grays in the feet? When your mind goes blank, got abducted in your seat. When you shouldn't talk too much, rap till you take a seat. Yeah, I feel like a hybrid indeed. What you know about flying in a plasma train? When you bring it up, it's the cause you gain. When they show me on show convoy in a starship dream. She say that I'm weird, I'm like, you ain't seen the sphere. I believe in UAPs, don't believe your Earth TV. She keep playing me close, but I'm watching from close. You don't really know my intel, let me be the truth like Roswell. Floating out in the craft, no fuel, we just landed in mass. See the light, it moves so fast. See my soul ain't stuck in past. Didn't know before my rare blue. Never out there, freaking me up, feel the surge. All of a sudden it's wrongful purge. Let the cold